Like the mythical phoenix, Florida's native landscapes are healed and renewed by fire. If you've spent any amount of time in the preserves at Babcock Ranch, you're sure to have noticed signs of fire. In this episode of Sustainability 101, we'll find out why prescribed or controlled burns are the key to a healthy habitat in Florida.
You have to have really good weather.
Babcock Ranch Environmental Mitigation Manager Christina Contos says centuries of wildfires sparked by lightning have shaped Florida's ecosystem. Prescribed burns deliver the environmental benefit of wildfire without the risks.
It reduces the amount of debris on the ground that actually fuels wildfires. So the more you actually have prescribed burn, the better to reduce your intensity of your wildfires. What happens in a wildfire is it's so intense that the tops of the crown of the tree will get burned.
While wildfires driven by wind move fast and burn high, controlled burns are carefully managed to burn low as they move slow into the wind. As the fire burns from the edges towards the center of the prescribed area, it consumes only the low and mid-story fuel before snuffing itself out.
The whole reason behind your land management and getting rid of the exotic vegetation and bringing it back to its most natural historic state is also for the wildlife species. So for the gopher tortoises, for the red-cockaded woodpeckers.
Contos said these are just two examples of fire-dependent species. Fire knocks out invasive plants that block sunlight the tortoises need to keep warm and incubate their eggs on the aprons surrounding their burrows. By removing the mid-story vegetation, fire also makes it harder for predators to climb up to the nests of the endangered woodpeckers.
Actually, pine trees also are fire-dependent species because their pine cones, they actually rely on fire to reproduce new trees.
Native species have evolved to not only withstand but to thrive with fire. Just 8 months after a cleansing burn, the saw palmettos in the piney flatwoods stand more than 5 feet tall. All preserved lands are burned and refreshed once every 3 years.
Saw palmetto is recently burned. It's just bright green. It's a beautiful layout on the habitat. And then when you start seeing that saw palmetto start turn yellow at the tips of the leaves, that's when you know, okay, we need to go ahead and put some fire on the ground for the health of the saw palmetto. So that's when they're ready to burn.